Armazenamento de dados. Isso foi um B. Tem mais item? Não. Deixa eu rilar aqui, vai. Obrigado. Pronto, resolvido. Codec? Vocês pediram... Pera aí, o que quer fazer? Codec.
This dog UG, most unusual, yes?
You buy all that? About it being sentient but having no choice?
Well, there is not evidence to prove it. It could be programmed to say this, to weaken your will to fight.
It'll take more than a talking robo-pup to phase me.
Then again, there is not evidence it is not true. Considering the pace AI is advancing, it is not impossible.
So, what then? Should I have spared it?
Então, chat, se eu ficar fazendo o esquema que a gente já conhece de Metal Gear, que é... antes de boss battle, chama todo mundo e conversa, vai demorar um pouquinho, mas pode ser que fique mais legal dessa forma.
What was up with that wolf dog UG? Some pretty freaky shit.
Hadn't thought too much about it.
Really? I keep wondering, why give it intelligence if you're not gonna let it think for itself?
Good question.
I mean, I guess it makes sense if it improved combat performance.
Now that you mention it, it didn't fight like your typical UG. It felt more like I was facing off against a cyborg.
Oh. I guess the added smarts make for a tougher opponent after all.
That's not what I mean. It wasn't really tougher than your average UG. More like it was, I don't know, hesitant. It didn't follow through on its attacks
pra ir na missão de VR pra treinar. Ah, não. Que treinar o quê?
And why put it out on the front lines?
Who knows? Maybe it was the field test. In any case, probably not the result they were hoping for.
Tutorial, treino. Ah, pelo amor de Deus, vocês estão de sacanagem comigo. Yes. I need to save.
Roger that. Save complete.
I wanted to follow up on our talk earlier about the stress that comes with the job. PMC work can be traumatic, even for non-combatants. If the pressure ever gets to be too much, have one of the ex-military there take over. Just...
I'm not doing that, Raiden. PMCs wield massive influence over international affairs. Abolishing SOP didn't change that.
Treinar pros fracos. Treinar é pra quem precisa, irmão. Aqui a gente toma na cara, bate a poeira, levanta e continua. Foda-se.
They can't. We need civilian voices like mine here too.
You're right. Just take care of yourself.
Don't worry. Africa was more than enough excitement.
Só treina quem não se garante na porrada, é isso.
Yeah. Otherwise, you'd now be the world's clumsiest cyborg.
Hey! Cyborg Courtney could have been your partner. I might have saved your ass.
How? By spilling coffee all over the enemy?
Oh, come on, I'm not that... Oh,
boa piada.
Please tell me that was a joke.
Boa piada. Nice joke.
So these self-repair units in the other cyborgs, they mean they can heal themselves at any time?
Indeed. It is typically a slow process, not much faster than a regular human body heals a wound.
And you didn't think it was a good idea to give me one of these things?
Certainly not. We removed all extraneous options in your case to maximize power and speed, you know.
Healing wounds is extraneous?
Your ability to absorb the nanopaste agent is far more efficient, Raiden.
Muito mais eficiente.
Your wounds heal almost instantly.
Exatamente.
And the standard repair
Quem
unit
precisa
once depleted is
de um
nothing but
sistema
an empty
imunológico?
shell inside you.
Nanomachines.
I get that, Doc, but it also means I need to constantly be grabbing them out of enemies.
Isso.
No, it doesn't. Don't be silly. Simply avoid taking damage and you will be fine.
Yeah, simple.
Entendi. Só se heala quem toma dano. Fantástico, faz sentido. Faz sentido. O professor tem um ponto. Você não quer se healar? Só não toma dano, irmão. Caixinhas. E bombardeio! Ui! Corrida Naruto! Run, run, run! Ah! Corrida Naruto! Gol! Beleza. Destrua veículos. Com o quê? Uma espada? Really? Bloca. Como que atira? Ah, tá. Beleza. Ah, isso só stuna. Isso só stuna o helicóptero. Tá bom. De fato, espadas são mais eficientes do que lança-míssil. A única coisa que eu fiz é stunar o helicóptero. Fantástico. Ah, eu consigo. Oh. Ah, sim, ele já tinha me explicado isso, eu tinha esquecido. Que é só você literalmente pular entre os mísseis. Eu tinha esquecido. Pois é. Isso foi um B. Sobrou item? Não. Sobrou. Eu gosto como ele me responde perguntas idiotas da forma mais idiota possível. Você quer que eu destrua um helicóptero com uma katana ou com um lança-míssil? Sim. Ah, obrigado. Tá. Here we go. Resolvido. Bom demais. Pô. O cara morreu, né? Foda. Tem item. Tem item. Granadinha, show. Opa, tem item lá em cima também. E... Lutizeiro desgraçado, sim. Eu fui treinado na arte do RPG. Eu sou um lutizeiro. Eu não sei pra que serve, mas tamo aí. Yep, não dá pra fazer absolutamente nada. Essa parte era só a parte de cima. Ah, tá. Beleza.
So that's where they're holed up.
Some kind of electronic lock on the gate.
Most likely it opens only if you have the right ID data stored in your left hand. Perhaps you could find a cyborg with access and borrow it?
You see any cyborgs around here, Doc?
Why not double back? Check the vehicle route again. You know, back at the entrance to the old city. Who knows? Maybe you can hitch a ride. Most likely, platoon commanders carry correct ID data for the gate. Use enhanced mode to figure out who to hit.
Beleza. Já pega dois aqui. Já resolve aqui. Cadê o próximo? Não? Não dá pra fazer nada contigo? Esse poçante aqui não se mexe, não sai do lugar? Não? Não posso pegar ele e tacar na cabeça de algum outro maluco? Seria bom.
Right. You missed them all? Ah, well, you just have to fight your way through.
Pera aí, era só pra pegar?
I should have guessed you would choose this route.
Era só pra cortar o braço. Olha, peraí. Em minha defesa, eu cortei tudo, inclusive o braço. Em minha defesa, eu cortei o braço também. Pode pegar aí no VOD, pode pegar um clipe aí, ó, volta aí na gravação. Vocês vão ver que eu cortei o braço. Eu cortei o corpo inteiro do cara, inclusive o braço. Então, teoricamente, não no ângulo certo. Porra, aí é foda. Eba! Porrada! Que isso? Maldito sniper, né? Cadê o brother? Tá aqui. É isso aqui, ó. Ó, você viu? O bracinho tava ali. O braço tá... Eu arranquei o braço. Isso foi um A. Muito bom. Não. Esse aqui dá pra subir por ali. Certo. Caixinha. Não é um A de amazing, é A de merda que eu cortei o... Não cortei o braço. Pipipi, popopó, hackeado, plim. Show. Ah, legal. Tem alguma coisa aqui. Porta-retrato. Que bonito. Piruleta, piruleta, piruleta. Tá, tem... Eu vi que tinha alguma coisa pra cá. Eu acho que é mais pra cima.
To get to the plant, first make your way to the hotel roof.
Beleza. Sério? Pera. Aqui. Aqui. Não. Por que que tão... Ah, tá. Não. Granada. Pronto. Ah, yep. Não? Eu tava querendo dar aquele... eu acho que eu errei. Esse aqui tinha um item ali, mas eu acho que não tem, então... Tudo bem. Eu esqueço que não tem duplo pulo, eu tô tentando fazer as coisas com duplo pulo e não existe duplo pulo. Faz sentido ter também, né? Tô pensando que deve May Cry aqui. Puta vida. O verdadeiro boss é a subida. Sim, sempre foi. O verdadeiro boss é sempre navegar o mapa. Que olhinho bom.
Those I have.
Eita.
That woman.
Ele me deu um fuck. Eu fiz a leitura labial ali. Mandou um fio da égua. Hã? Oh! Ela só te mandou um beijo, cara.
What's happening? Your heart rate spiked.
Tudo bem, eu sei. É bom. É bom.
Dodged a bullet.
Ainda bem.
I'm heading for the refinery.
Né? Raiden sabe que ele é casado. Fácil. Raiden é um homem santo, rapaz. Ele sabe. Desvie de beijinho. Ele é um homem casado. Tá, não dá. Codec. Vamos lá, Codec.
Boris, I got a visual on Dozan
Ah, é
and
verdade.
Mistral. Looked like they were arguing over
Justo.
something. Mistral's heading up the force at the refinery, correct? We're sure on that?
Yes, but I'm not sure how good a commander she is. As a fighter, talented, yes, I know, but...
Well, neither one looked very happy. Maybe she'll withdraw.
Oh, I doubt that. She may not like him, but she will follow her orders. She is just the leader on the ground here, I think. Someone else is calling the shots behind cover.
All right. But what's the end game here? Say I die and we can't stop them. Then what? Are they even capable of forming a real government? Do they think the people here would support Dolzaev?
Good questions, Tovarich. History shows it is a much easier thing to take a government than to keep it. An unpopular regime can only ignore the will of the people for so long before they rise up. And trying to do all this with PMC soldiers? Difficult. And very, very expensive.
Someone else must be bankrolling this for their own reasons. Someone with very deep pockets. Who stands to benefit the most from all this?
Most
Quem
likely
ganha dinheiro
someone with
com
an
guerra.
interest in that refinery. The plant has pipelines connecting with Sochi in Russia and Supsa in Georgia. Crude oil from the Caspian Sea is refined in Sukhumi and then sent on to Russia.
Oil. I wonder if Dolzaev knows he's being used. Then again, I wonder if he'd even care. You get all that, Kev? The woman with Dolzaev. That's Mistral?
Yep, the only female member of the Winds of Destruction. The name is from a cold, dry regional wind in France that blows from the Alps down to the Mediterranean.
Nossa.
She French?
Yep. Born in Algeria, though. It was a French colony until they declared independence in the early 60s. Haha, but you already knew that.
Yeah. They were the last French colony in Africa.
Now, you know your history. Plenty of French colonial families still live there. Billets noirs, they're called.
I've heard the term. The main character in that Camus novel, The Stranger, was one.
You also find a lot of Algerians who've immigrated to France, although they put a stop to that a while ago.
Yeah. A lot of European countries seem to be clamping down on immigration lately.
Mistral joined the Foreign Legion to get her citizenship.
A woman legionnaire?
And not the first. There was one that served in the North Africa campaign during World War II. Anyway, Mistral's been doing PMC work ever since her Legion discharge. We're not sure why she went cyborg.
Cojumbo, cara.
She's
Cojumbo um cara
officially leading
culto.
the force at the refinery, but she is also a combatant. I don't have anything on her combat style, but do not underestimate her. The Winds of Destruction are trained killers, all of them. They didn't let her in because of her looks.
I don't need a reminder. I won't let my guard down.
Yeah, but, speaking of her looks, she's got, well, I mean, a couple of huge... Look, just don't get distracted, okay?
Ele é casado, ele não fará isso.
Sounds like you should take your own advice there, Kev.
Ô, Kevin. Ô,
Raiden.
Raiden é casado, não precisa disso não. Vamos salvar. Bora salvar.
Did you catch all that? With Dolzaev and Mistral?
Yeah, I was monitoring the whole time.
Então, ele é o Kevin não. O Kevin pode ficar distraído.
I've seen
É,
his
ele
file,
pode.
plenty of
O Raiden
photos,
não.
but I
Profissionalismo.
guess I expected someone more...
Profissionalismo e um homem casado assim de
Didn't
respeito.
seem
É
too
isso
friendly
aí.
to me.
No, I mean, you hear terrorist, you think of some cold, calculating professional. Dolzaev looks more like some guy off the street.
Cold, calculating professional types don't usually bother with terrorism. It's too risky. Most terrorists are ordinary people, radicalized one way or another.
Yeah, I guess so.
Of course, that doesn't make what they do any easier to forgive. What about Mistral? What'd you think?
Well, she's certainly attractive. Probably an artificial face, though. I'm guessing most of her is artificial.
Roger that.
Entendi. Meu Deus.
Raiden, the Mistral woman. Is she truly a full-body cyborg?
That's what the intel says, at least. Why? You notice something?
Indeed. Two somethings, in fact. Based on their movements, her chest region did not appear to be artificial.
You can tell that just from what I saw?
Indeed. After detailed image analysis, I am 80% certain that is her own natural torso. If it isn't a cyborg,
Ah, não!
it is the most
Não!
advanced I've
Pare!
ever seen.
Pare
Such
imediatamente com
technology would
isso!
not come cheap. It would mean whoever is
Para
backing
com
this
esse
around is
debate
likely
otaku na
quite
minha
well.
presença!
Probably so.
Pare
As
com
far as
isso
Mistral goes,
imediatamente!
it really doesn't matter to me. Natural, synthetic, man, woman, an
Eu
enemy
acho
is an enemy.
incrível que o Raiden é
Are you
o
not
único
even a
aqui
bit curious?
sólido, conciso, compenetrado na missão, enquanto todo mundo tá fanficando. Puta que pariu! Os peitos dela é orgânico ou não? Ai, meu Deus do céu. Então eu quero deixar essa dúvida pro chat. Chat, pense. Pense agora. Em Cyberpunk Edge Runners, quem tem o tórax orgânico? Pense. Pense, chat. Vou deixar essa incrível e duvidosa dúvida no coração de vocês. Pense. Agora o negócio aqui é usar stealth, né? Granada eletromagnética, granada. Vamos lá. Ah! Agora eu consegui. Ah, mentira, mentira. Da última vez eu também cortei. Eu fiz a mesma coisa. Dessa vez eu taquei uma granada. Eu taquei uma granada, a mão não explodiu. Agora eu consegui cortar a mão e eu peguei a mão. Agora pode. Ah, pelo amor de Deus. Tá, vamos ver o que tem aqui. Tem lootzinho, lootzinho, lootzinho gostoso. Bora. It's here. It's not here. I'm right here. Yes! Ok, essa referência ninguém lembra. Alguém pegou a referência? Ninguém pegou. Opa, pra cá. E a vacona. Oi, vaca. Ai! De novo. Ai! Uma vez comprometido com o ataque. Ah! Nossa, cara. Pô, peraí, calma lá, calma aí. Que porra é essa? Ai! Pelo amor de Deus, cara. Isso foi péssimo. Ok. Isso foi horroroso. Aquele negócio, uma vez comprometido com o ataque, eu ainda não peguei todas as nuances do parry aqui. Eu tô tentando. Tô tentando. I try so hard. Opa, colecionável? Não sei. Ó, quer. Beleza. Ali. 90% do jogo é parry. Sim, eu sei. Lança foguete. Nha. Tá. Estamos em Metal Gear. Ah, né? Se estamos em Metal Gear, eu queria fazer o stealth. Eu tentei.
More classified Patriot information was in that man's photographic memory.
Ok. Se eu andar... Sim, eu entendi onde eu errei. Ali. Lança fogueto. Ué. Ah, tá dentro da construção. Aqui, foguetão, foguetão. Bora.
We intercepted call for backup during your last fight. The caller's position is on your soliton radar. You can engage if you wish. It is your choice.
Vem pra cá. Por que ele tá pedindo pra eu vir pra cá? Ah, tá. É que eu peguei a mão, agora eu consigo... Ah. Here we go. Caraca, o bicho veio me bater! Pô! Ok, isso foi meio estúpido. Joga de novo. Tá, esse pulinho foi ridículo. Eu tentei fazer a coisa... Eu tentei fazer a coisa idiota. Deixa eu tentar ver se eu consigo fazer a coisa idiota. Ah, é isso. Essa é a coisa idiota que eu tava querendo fazer. Eu só não sei como eu fiz, mas eu fiz. Pum! Vamos lá. Faz a coisa idiota. Ah! Faz a outra coisa idiota. Não consigo fazer a coisa idiota. Ainda não entendi como faz a coisa idiota, mas dá pra fazer a coisa idiota. Eu só não sei como ainda. Eu não tinha que voltar lá e fazer o bang do azulzinho? Verdinho? Bem. Tá, de novo, eu acho que ele vai habilitar o verdinho pra mim, não? O verdinho zero. Ok.
Right. The cliff is just ahead at the end of the old city. Beyond that is the refinery's backyard.
So what? It's a sheer drop? The refinery's
É o
not
verdinho
connected to the
da
city
pois
at
é.
all?
No, it was only built 2 years ago. There should be a narrow path around there that leads to the plant. It is protected by a fence, but probably you can cut your way through.
Probably.
Don't get cocky. Most likely it is Desperado running security down there.
Desesperado. O desesperado. Ih. Botezinho. 2 itens. Bom. Bom. Ah, não! Essas bolinhas chatas pra caramba. Sai! Ai. Ai, vaza vocês tudo. Vaza vocês tudo. Ai. Chupa essa peixeira. Chupa essa peixeira aqui. Ah, me pegou. Pronto. Peixeira nele. Gotta go fast. Pronto. Não tem como vocês me pegar se eu continuar a filha da puta. Peguei tudo? Peguei tudo. Bora. Ué, pra quê?
Dolcev and his team must be in here. Find him.
Certo. Ah. Pera aí. Certo. Ah, pera aí. Ainda estamos em Metal Gear. Cadê? O bicho. Pô, eu queria tentar ser stealth. Eu tentei, chat. Eu tentei. Eu tentei. Eu juro que eu tentei. Eu queria passar stealth no bagulho. Jogar Metal Gear Rising pra ser stealth. Olha o nível de absurdo da situação. Granada de interferência. Ah. Ó, eu vou jogar Metal Gear Rising no stealth. Vocês vê. Vocês vê o nível de absurdo. Como não jogar Metal Gear Rising? Thunder ensina. Pera aí. Ah, dá pra quebrar a coluna também. Ah, era assim mais fácil. A outra também dava pra quebrar? Não, essa não. Não joguem Metal Gear Rising dessa forma. Jamais. É assim que se quebra, é assim que se joga Metal Gear Rising errado. Tá. Ah, pera aí, como que... Pera, tenho que ir...
Raiden, wait. There are active IR sensors in the area.
Sim.
Part of factory security, no doubt, but the enemy may be using it.
Beleza. Então, como que a gente passa isso daqui sem... Como que passa isso no stealth?
Raiden, your infrared camera is integrated with enhanced
Sim.
mode.
Tá, e como que eu passo isso daqui sem... Seja ninja? Será que eu sei ser ninja? Ok, vamos lá. Pronto. Ah, sério? derrotado. Beleza. Resolvido. Menos um. Tem mais alguma coisa aqui que dá pra fazer? Acho que essa outra escada aqui. Não, não é aqui. Beleza. Se eu pudesse ter arma à distância aqui. Vamos lá, vamos jogar Metal Gear Rising do jeito errado. Vamos lá. Não? Não. Tá na outra parede. Tá. Vamos lá. Um já foi. Não joguem Metal Gear Rising desse jeito de forma alguma. É a coisa mais imbecil, não produtiva. Não é assim que faz, tá? Nunca faça isso na sua vida. Como não jogar Metal Gear Rising. Tá. Isso daqui. Beleza. Vem pra cá. Pega mísselzinho. Tá, agora eu tenho que saber como que eu subo pra lá. Beleza, sobrou um item ali. Uma câmera de segurança. Tá virada pra cá. Eu honestamente me divirto fazendo isso. Beleza. Ninguém viu nada. Temos um brother aqui. Um brother ali. Você tá entendendo que eu tô sendo mais stealth em Metal Gear Rising do que em outros Metal Gear? Não faz o menor sentido. Ó, a gente pega. Eu jurava que tinha alguém na calva gemendo, cara. Tá, o cara vai me ver ali. Eu pego, volto. Quando ele passar, quando ele virar, eu vou no vapo. Dan, 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 dan. Dan, 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 dan. Passou, virou. Se virar, vapo. Se virar, vapo. Virou. Ah, eu tentei. Eu tentei. Eu tentei. Ninguém pode falar que eu não... Filho da puta. Ah! Sai. Filho de uma égua. Nossa! Você pula? Eu tentei. Foi literalmente, eu tentei. Tá, caixa de itens. Eu acho que tá no outro prédio. Ali, não tem muito o que fazer. Então, tá na hora. Eu sempre erro o bagulho, cara. Hora do lança-míssil furtivo. Esse é o famoso lança-míssil furtivo. Que isso? Ah, tá. Muito stealth. Ué. Eu tentei. Eu honestamente tentei. Fui longe. Me comprometi com o stealth. Mas tem determinadas mecânicas do jogo que não funcionam dessa forma. Então a gente vai até onde vai. Vai até onde dá. Inclusive em Sekiro eu adorava fazer isso. Eu testava o quanto eu conseguia progredir no jogo sendo furtivo. Não faz o menor sentido. Jogo furtivo eu quero tacar o louco. Quando o jogo que tacar o louco eu quero ser furtivo. Ponte. Cara, tem um item muito bom ali, né? Eu tenho que pular ali. Pô, cara, vai dar merda se eu tentar pular ali, né? Ah! Não dá pra pular ali. Ah, tá. Dá pra fazer isso. Não? Cara, peraí. Ah. Resistência mais um. Olha só. Fui boni... Porra. Eu falo, fui bonificado, né? De tentar explorar o jogo. Aí eu caí tudo. Puta vida. Caraca, mano, eu caí real. Sim. Vamos lá, vai, vamos correr. Pô, cara. Sacanagem, hein? Cara, tem outro caminho aqui? Ah! Se o jogo diz pra você fazer um lado, vai pro outro, porque daí ele vai te dar algum tipo de recompensa por você não estar fazendo o que ele tá querendo falar pra você fazer. Então... Bundinha do Rise. Beleza. Momento é agora que a gente salva. É aqui. Ah, nem apareceu.
So Mistral's from Algeria. Have you ever been?
No. You?
Once, for a consulting job. Pretty short trip, though.
I hear it's pretty safe there now, compared to how things were at the start of this decade.
Yeah, I was able to slip a little sightseeing in. Pretty nice spot for a vacation. Kind of hot, though. 80% of it's the Saharan desert, and wow, it was just like you'd imagine. So much sand. You could easily imagine camel caravans trekking beneath the early evening moon. It was like something from another world.
Yeah? I thought only a sixth of the Sahara was sandy like that. The French carried out a bunch of nuclear tests there too, I remember.
But once you reach the Mediterranean coast, it's a totally different place. All these white-walled buildings framed against intense blue sea. It's a really stark contrast.
Were you in Algiers? I know that the capital looks a lot like that.
Yep. The local cuisine's totally French-influenced. I'll
Eu
never
gosto
forget
desses
this one
momentos
lunch near my
Wikipédias
hotel.
de Kojima,
A
cara.
baguette sandwich and a café au lait.
É
Simple,
muito legal isso.
simply unforgettable. Oh, there were a bunch of sweet shops in town too. High-quality European candy, but so cheap.
Sounds like you ate your way across the country.
Well, food's an important part of local culture, you know.
Pois é.
Oh, and speaking of which, the seafood. I didn't expect to see Mediterranean fish in African cuisine, but it was also fresh and flavorful. They'd fry up small fish whole, then drizzle them with lemon juice. I could have eaten that all day.
Sounds like a lot of calories.
I tried to stay active, you know.
Hey, did you know my visual analyzers can tell me how much someone weighs?
Yeah, I'll have to talk with Doc about disabling that one.
So who
Olá,
actually owns this
Boris.
plant?
On the books, a private abkhaz firm. In reality, the Russian state.
So all the money
Russia.
goes
My
right back to
Russia.
Russia?
It does provide Abkhazia with fuel and electricity. But yes, it was clearly built for Russian interests.
How do you mean?
The Caspian Sea is a major source of gas and oil. But these days, most of it never passes through Russia. Not since the Baku-Tbilisi-Ceyhan pipeline was built. With it, the oil flows straight to Europe.
But that pipeline runs straight through Georgia. Why did the Georgian government allow it?
Money, of course, and power.
Dinheiros.
Having a major pipeline run through your land brings plenty of both.
Olha o
The South Ossetia
duto,
War taught Georgia
gás,
they could not always rely on the West
sanções.
for support. They began working more with their neighbors in the region to build their
Yeah.
own power base.
So
Pois é.
Georgia stands to gain from this coup?
It would seem this way. Any scenario that ends with the refinery no longer under Russian control is good for Georgia.
chat.
Even if they do not retake Abkhazia outright, they benefit if new regime is more friendly to Georgia. Perhaps this is Dolzeyev's idea, to attract Abkhaz political leaders with a pro-Georgia agenda.
And that's why Georgia isn't taking action?
I very much doubt Georgian government would be involved in anything so obvious and so reckless. There must be someone else behind all this.
And Dolzayev's just playing
Por que eles vão
along?
colocar o deles
Why
na
would
reta? Não, não tem porquê.
Revenge, Tovarich. Anything to hurt Russia. Perhaps money as well. Who knows?
Yeah, the Russians can't be happy about all this. Let me guess. They contacted you through the FSB, right?
There were conversations, yes. But it was the Abkhaz government that enlisted
Ok,
us.
então o plot
We
twist.
only took this
Aqui
mission because
também
we
você é
knew
filha da
it would
mãe.
help the
Aqui...
people there.
Se bem que não.
Besides,
Não, você
we
não.
cannot leave
Você talvez
Desperado
não.
unchecked.
Porque.
Not after what happened.
Right. I won't let them profit
A
from this
regra é
mess.
clara.
And we need to learn who's
Todo
backing them.
boss,
Tá.
não boss de
And
vilão,
the
mas
first step
boss
to do this
de
is
chefe
take back that refinery.
dos protagonistas de Metal Gear, é um grandíssimo filho da puta. Ou em partes.
So, Kev, what exactly goes on here anyway? I mean, obviously refining oil, but what else involved with that? How careful do I need to be?
Skip that week in science class, huh? All right. How much do you know already?
Just the basics. They take crude and refine it into gas and stuff. Other usable fuels, right?
Well, yeah, and stuff. Kerosene, liquefied petroleum gas, naphtha, jet fuel.
Naphtha.
The raw material for ethylene, which is then the raw material for polyethylene and other plastics. Crude oil is used for a lot more than just fuel, you know. These days, it's the
Faz
core
sentido.
component of just about every chemical product.
Okay.
Crude contains a lot of molecular hydrocarbons and impurities. The refinery distills and extracts these hydrocarbons at their different boiling points. Once the impurities are removed, what's left can be used to make gasoline and so on.
Right. So, pretty much exactly what I said in the first place.
Oh, well, if you know all this already, I guess we're done here.
I could use a bit more detail on.
All right, cool then. Kevin out.
Right then. Allow me to give you a recap of visual augment mode.
Why? Is it different from my AR display?
We'll get to that in a moment. Modern tech gives us the ability to display assorted information streams visually. This is accomplished by interrupting the data flow from a cyborg's optic nerves. This is referred to as AR, augmented reality.
That's how I can see my Soliton radar and who I'm talking to on the codec.
Right. But if too much data is presented in this manner, the user runs the risk of having an incomplete view of the real world.
Justo.
Yeah. The codec window's got a bad habit of getting in the way when you drop into chat.
Of course, of course. Typically, I'd simply call, leaving it to you whether or not to respond. In an emergency, however, that just wouldn't do.
Define emergency.
Anyway, cyborg AR designers try to keep the interface as unobtrusive as possible. But there are times when one really does need all that data on
Problemas do
display.
Google Glass.
This is where augment mode comes in. Now, I know it sounds a bit like augmented reality, but just think of it as an additional dimension to AR.
Okay, fine. So what's it do?
It uses local Soliton radar and XIFF data to do things such as analyze and display enemy position and numbers. It also has a starlight scope and thermal goggle functionality for a host of night vision capabilities. The entire image is digitally processed, making it much easier to read than earlier thermal goggles.
Yeah, I'd noticed that.
Used in a well-lit area, your perceived brightness will be affected, but it won't hinder vision too much. The same type of sensor is used for all functionality. The data sent out by each one is merged together as part of the digital processing. All you need to worry about is turning the individual functions on and off. Simple, yes?
Sure, Doc. Simple.
Simple. Tem mais alguma outra função por enquanto? Não, ainda não tem nenhuma outra função, meu Google Eye aqui.
I was wondering when you'd come, Jack the Ripper.
No one calls me that anymore. Dosaev, where is he?
I can show you a better time than that crusty old bear.
You're in charge here?
I am Mistral, the cold wind of France. And you, your reputation precedes you. Liberian, but white as snow. A natural-born killer, even as a child.
That was a long time ago.
I was born in Algeria myself, you know. I'm only half French.
And?
We had our own civil war in the 90s. So you see? Cut from the same cloth, you and I.
You don't know me.
I lost my whole family. Everything. But I butchered those fuckers. My family's killers. That's when I realized I am a killer too. And a good one at that. I slaughtered dozens in Iraq, in Afghanistan. I'd found my calling.
Proud of that, are you?
What happened?
Ela pisou em cima de gradeado
To
com
be
salto
honest,
alto.
I found it quite dull. My enemies fell like domino, one after another. Not once did I feel threatened.
Vocês
I was
renasceram
adrift,
esse tipo de
without
coisa?
challenge, without purpose.
Vocês
At times, I
renasceram
even envied my prey.
as
At
belas
least
da
they
guerra?
had a cause to die for.
Ok.
And then, I met him.
Who?
And I knew what I had been missing. His ideals gave my life meaning. Ideals, Jack. What are yours?
I protect the weak.
Still? So naive.
And if I must kill to protect them, then so be it.
It seems we have less in common than I thought.
I'll take that as a compliment.
If you would kill for your ideals, then surely you are ready to die for them.
Não precisa gemer muito não, minha filha. Precisa, né?
Come, Manga.
É muito braço. Não entendi nada, mas foi bom. Haha! Peguei o jeito, peguei o jeito.
I want more.
Ai! Ai! Ui! Machucou. Quase, hein? Rapaz, o bagulho frenético. Checkpoint.
This ends now. I need someone.
Entendi nada, mas vamos lá. Insert song, rapaz. Doeu. Bora! Bora! Matar os minions primeiro! Sai, suas bolinhas pretas! Vaza! Ai! Nossa, ela jogou um bagulho. Ah! Ai! Sai! Ai, de novo! Pronto!
A present from me. Too slow. You will fall. Don't fuck with me, boy.
Olê! Bom! Isso foi um A. Bom, bom, ó.
Mistro, report! Your vitals are dropping.
I lost. So this is how they felt.
What?
Dying. For a cause.
Wait. No. Hold on.
I am sorry. He was too much.
I do not need apology. I need you alive.
But
I know. You will never fall.
What is this talk about?
Je t'aime. De tout mon corps.
Sobrou muita coisa, não.
Je t'aime. Mister, you never...
Pesado, rapaz.
She's not talking to you, idiot.
You killed her! You vile nuts! Murderer!
That's rich coming from you. It's overdose, I am. Surrender. Translation.
Why would I
Pô,
surrender?
2077 ainda você não tem um Google Tradutor embutido?
Shit.
Built with Russian money to make Russian money. It is no plan for outcasts. It is their prison. But now they will be free.
Cabum! Megumin adorou isso.
Damn. Crazy son of a bitch.
Ryder, what happened?
Tudo fez cabum.
Bastard blew himself up.
I see. Time to
I
get
see.
you out of there. We're sending a helicopter. Secure an LZ.
Understood.
Sim, Kojima deu uma aula de refinaria pra depois explodir ela. É a vida. É a vida. Tá bom. Eu bypassei 2 combates ali. Ok. Lança. Legal. Ok, eu abri a arma dela. Vamos personalizar o meu corpo. Ai, meu corpinho, vamos lá. Quero ficar fashion. Ai, eu posso ficar dourado. Ai, que tudo. Capacetinho meio demodê, não gostei. Eu posso virar um ninja, Grey Fox. Ok, bonito, descolado, meio antiquado, mas tá bonito. Armadura branca. Essa daqui combina. Ó, tem um bom caimento. Os músculos ficam à mostra. Né? Ele valoriza as coxas. Gostei. Aí tem o vermelho. Vermelho bonito. Cor da paixão, cor do sangue, cor da força. Bom. Mas aqui não, aqui é meio antiquado. Meio esgurmito, né? Meio vômito, amanhecido, de um suco de batata doce com rocambole. Não gostei não. É aqui, pretinho básico e tal. Muito caro. Mas eu tenho 73k. Ok, vou pensar nisso. Vamos pensar. Arma principal. Eu quero ver minha arma. Efeitos especiais. O que eu ganho? Efeitos especiais. Incrível. Arma... Peraí, só tem essa? Ok. Arma única. Olha aí, que legal, dá pra comprar vida. Aumento de resistência. Ah, eu comprei, eu ganhei. Não comprado. Células. Legal. Habilidades. Bloqueio aéreo. Legal. Ataque defensivo. Arremesso vertical. Rasteira. Ataque trovão. 73k é coisa pra caramba, hein? Vamos fazer o seguinte, vamos pegar... Aprimorar... carinho, hein? Meio carinho. Ah, dá pra aprimorar? Ah, tá. Entendi. Vamos lá. Eu quero ficar... Eu vou ficar no pretinho básico. Não sei se dá mais algum tipo de equipamento. Só muda. A branquinha é bonita, né? Vou ficar no pretinho básico. Vamos pegar... aqui. Vou pegar você. Vou pegar esses lançando aqui. É uma única comprado. E eu posso aprimorar. Beleza. Habilidades. Entendi. Bloqueio é legal. Ataque ofensivo. Arremesso vertical. Legal. Bom também. Ataque trovão. Pô, se eu não pegasse o ataque trovão, tá de sacanagem, né? Ataque trovão. Beleza, rasteira. Beleza. Chute relâmpago. Aí. Tem que comprar, né, rapaz? Tem que comprar, tem que comprar. Arma única, não. Eu quero o aprimoramento aqui. É isso daqui. Tem que comprar, né, cara? Vou dar uma acrescentadinha aqui. Dar aquele forçadinha. 12k. Deixa eu ver o que dá pra fazer com 12k. Habilidade. Comprei bastante habilidade. Célula de alimentação já comprei. Vidazinha. Beleza. 4k. 4k já acho que já não dá nem pra comprar uma habilidade de 4k. Não, não dá não. Tá bom. Tá bom, tá bonito. Saudável. Amanco. Ó, carrinho.
So you've got some kind of disguise lined up, right?
Yep, all set.
Hope so. You'd be a little conspicuous just walking the streets.
Relax, Kev. I'll blend right in.
Yeah. Well, just get into the sewer system ASAP. Hopefully anyone who notices you will just mind their own business. You sure you want the K9000 there along for this one?
Eu acho que é uma skin que
I have
realmente
the good
faz
doctor make
todo
some
sentido.
adjustments along with the repairs. Remote piloting and AI wiping have been disabled.
O dog!
So yeah, I say let's throw him a bone.
Wordplay. My exoskeleton resembles a canine. Canines enjoy bones. Amusing on 2 levels.
Ele
Let's
explicou a
go.
piada. Explicou a piada. Bom. Olá, amigo! Ai, ai, ai. Sim, ele de fato está completamente disfarçado.
¿Quién es ese güey? Un mariachi, ¿no?
Um mariachi.
¿Cyborg? Ese sombrero.
Cyborg, mariachi. Ai, ai, ai. Calma, dog. Olha, vai arranhar toda a pintura do carro. Vai.
Adios, amigos.
Adiós, amigos.
¿Viste? Qué raro, ¿eh? Hay que hacer que no lo vimos. Vámonos ya.
Vámonos, vámonos. Arriba, ándale. Ay, 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 muchacho.
It's right. I'm in the sewer system.
All right, let's get started. Your mission's to investigate the Desperado-affiliated research center somewhere in that area. According to the intel from our client, the lab's been dumping illegal waste into those sewers. FYI, they're also involved with the cartels in human trafficking. Allegedly, anyway.
Oxi.
This just gets better and
Suave,
better.
suave.
Tell me about it. We need you to infiltrate the lab and find out everything you can. Of course, you'll have to find it first. We still don't know the exact location.
So I'm looking for anywhere the lab might hook up with the sewers?
Yep. If they're actually dumping waste, they've got to link up somehow. Find that connection, sneak into the lab, and see if you can find evidence implicating them on anything.
No problem. Stealth's my specialty.
Right. Well, we'll see.
Eba, vamos jogar Metal Gear Rising da forma errada de novo. Yay!
Maybe something related to all the people they're trafficking.
Yay! Tipo como a Arika falava, né? Yay! Tem que ser mais
First things
agudo.
first, though. Find a way into that lab. Oh, right. It says here the locals say black crocodiles live in those sewers, so you know, watch out.
Black crocodiles? Could they be talking about UGs?
Maybe just an urban legend. But still,
Sim.
be careful.
I will scout ahead. You will provide backup.
Sir, yes, sir.
Commence operation.
Caralho, jogue rápido. Vamos dar uma conversada com a galera aqui.
How
Olá,
are things
Boris.
back in Abkhazia?
Thanks to the full efforts of the workers, power was restored in just 2 days.
2 dias, tá
Pretty
bom.
impressive.
Only the power plant is back online, though. Refinery itself will likely be out of service for months. Fuel sent from Supsa is being used to power the plant for now.
Just wish I could have stopped him.
Impossible without a sniper. And in our focus on anti-cyborg combat, we were unprepared. Thankfully, other than financial losses, few Abkhaz citizens were seriously affected. The plant workers had already been evacuated, and most were hired back on to rebuild the refinery. We received payment and are not being blamed for the suicide blast.
Good to hear. It should go a long way to help fix our reputation.
Duh. And even more good news. Desperado is down one of its top captains.
Pelo
Let's
menos,
hope they
né?
learned a lesson.
We can
Uh-huh.
hope, but it is doubtful. We still do not know who is supporting them. Even if we shut Desperado down entirely, their backers could simply hire some other PMC.
Whoever it is, you really think they're interested in the pipeline? Who'd benefit besides the Georgians?
Hard to say. Whatever the plan was, it went up in flames with Dolzayev's suicide. The problem is that there are countless companies and governments profiting off the BTC pipeline. Whoever is behind
Exatamente.
it, they may be too big for a simple security firm like us to do anything.
Yeah, one thing we do know, though, is that Sundowner's more than just a pawn in all of this. We need to watch him. Trafficking or not, we need to stop their operation here.
Find the evidence, and perhaps we can do that. And Tovarich, be careful.
Tô de olhos abertos.
This trial mentioned someone
Estou
from
de
her
olhos
past.
abertos e cu
Any
trancado.
idea
É
who that
isso
could
aí.
have been?
None. I checked her file again, couldn't find a thing. Definitely not Dolzayev. Probably not Sundowner either.
No. The way she put it, it didn't sound like anyone I've encountered so far. Maybe someone involved in backing Desperado.
If so, sounds like they're providing more than just financing. Maybe they share the same philosophy.
That'd be bad. People willing to die for their leaders aren't so easy to predict.
Yeah, but other than the wins, Desperado's cyborgs are all just hired contractors. They're probably emotion suppressed with nanos or drugs or whatever, but that's about it.
You're probably right.
Do you save? Yes.
Can't believe Dolzayev blew himself up.
Pretty common terror tactic. You don't usually see the leaders doing it, though. It's one thing to get your flock pumped up on the glory of dying for the cause, but it's not often they actually go through with it themselves.
Bem,
You gotta have a
ele
public
falou.
face, after all. The
Vocês
guy who gets to claim
vocês me pegam
responsibility on
vivo.
the evening news.
In a weird way, Dolzayev showed some serious dedication. Not that I'm about to praise him for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, still a terrorist. A suicide bomber in the end.
If that's what you want to call him. Still, he kind of failed at it.
How so?
Well, all that explosion did was put a dent in Abkhazia's budget. More Russia's, really. They're the ones rebuilding the refinery. The coup didn't work out. He couldn't overthrow the government. He was barely a blip on Russia's radar.
So, you're saying the bombing didn't accomplish any of his goals? He did it just because he was cornered? Sounds more like just plain suicide.
Yeah. Probably wanted to end things with his own hands. Like a samurai committing harakiri.
Still not something to be commended for, though.
Yeah.
Lumping him in with true warriors like the samurai just gives them a bad name.
Verdadeiros guerreiros samurais. Ai, meu Deus do céu.
Great. My sight's
Ai, meu
perfectly
Deus do
balanced
céu.
between both
Olha
eyes.
como eu estou
I think
chupando
my vision's improved,
minha
actually.
própria katana. Olha só.
Right. Your eye patch houses an artificial
Muito
compound
otaku.
eye unit. The unit contains over 200 million solid-state image sensors, each with its own individual lens.
200 megapixels, huh? Doesn't sound like all that much.
More than sufficient
Mas
for the
veja
application.
bem, samurais não
Humans
são só
optic nerve is
assassinos,
only
eles são
about a
assassinos
million
honrados
fibers, you know.
com uma
Were we
skin
to
da
add
hora
more
pra
sensors,
caramba e
your
usa uma
machine
espada
vision would
icônica,
not improve.
que é mais fraca que uma
There's
espada
only so much
europeia.
modern image compression technology can do.
Huh.
Olha só.
So I shouldn't expect any more dramatic improvements to my eyesight?
No, your brain would no longer be able to process any more visual information in real time. Still, compared to previous ACEs, yours has 1.4 times the resolution and a superior compression algorithm.
It may only result
até
in
que
a
pixel
slight
aparece.
perceived change, but it could wind up making the difference during a mission.
Regrettably, I have not had enough time to develop a new eyeball unit just yet. Thus, I have cut out the ability to deploy the ACE unit separately and simply installed it on a fixed eye patch.
Works for me. If I was using an eye unit, I wouldn't see any better than a regular human.
Ah, but remember, the human eye is so much more than a simple light receptor. They play a vital role in person-to-person communication. Sooner or later, you'd miss it.
Stuff like that's important for some tasks, sure. For this op, not so much. And with less moving parts, the lower the chance of something going wrong.
Ah, mas daqui a pouco ele
Besides,
coloca um
I like
sanduíche,
it.
rapaz, aí
Well,
já
I'm
era.
very pleased to hear this.
I can worry about how I look after I complete the mission.
É, daqui a pouco ele começa a ficar loucão aí, vai, ô, rapaz, ô, ele começa a multiplicar ali, dá ruim.
Wolf?
Oi, dog.
You're a one-of-a-kind prototype, right?
Correct. I was originally conceived as a weapon to replace humans and cyborgs. Conversation and intelligent decision-making were deemed essential to the role. The project was eventually cancelled after 3 years in development.
Why?
I have intelligence, but I lack a specific quality essential to any combatant.
What's that?
Brutality. I am not human, thus I lack the brutality inherent to humanity.
Caralho!
I was shut down, then revived, apparently on Sundowner's orders.
Sundowner? But what's he want with you?
Unknown. A manifestation of his sense of humor, perhaps. As a machine, I am more sensitive to my fellow man than an actual fellow man. This amused him.
Guy has an odd sense of humor.
Máquinas têm mais senso de empatia do que os seres humanos. É sobre isso. Chat. Vou dar mais uma salvadinha aqui. You save? Save. Você vai falar mais alguma coisa?
I hope she didn't get to you.
Ok.
Wanting to protect the weak is... that's worth striving for.
Sim.
Don't worry. I've heard more than a few supervillain spiels in my time. Maybe we
crer.
had some things in common in our past, but not anymore. I bring my beliefs into every battle I fight. You want to call me foolish? Well, that's not going to change me.
I'm glad to hear
Em
that, Raiden.
essência.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks.
Riding out.
Yeah. É isso. Por hoje deu.